Hey everybody, my name's Joe.
I'm also Joe.
Welcome back to another recap episode. We're recapping the last 5 games we played. We got King of Monsters, Phalanx, Super Bester Bros, Super Batter Up, and Skuljagger or Skuljagger, Revolt of the Westicans. I still don't know how the hell to pronounce that. We're going to jump right into this bad boy with the first game, King of Monsters. So how would you describe King of Monsters?
King of Monsters kind of, in my opinion, was like a WWE sort of game.
But better.
With giant Godzilla monsters.
Yeah, it's kaiju fights. And yeah, you're basically in a wrestling ring, because there you can see those red bars. You can bounce each other off of them like ropes in a wrestling ring. It's got destructible cities. You get to smash things.
Yeah, pretty much everything that was destructible.
You can grab airplanes out of the air and throw them at people. You get all these different weird special moves depending on, I think there was 4 monsters.
There were
4 or 5.
I think it was 5.
Anyway, so, and in the end, when you knock guys down, you have to jump on them and pin them for the 3 count to win. This game actually...
I meant to tell you this.
What?
When we were playing this, you know how I was doing like the way you spam by rubbing the button? I gave myself a blister.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me. Oh, dude, if you're not doing that, rubbing your knuckles raw, trying to get the AB going, you're doing something wrong. Anyway, from the initial outlook, I didn't think much of this game. Like the pixel,
it doesn't look too great.
Right. Like I looked down, I was like, I don't know. It kind of threw me back to like a mix between Ultraman and Pit Fighter. Like it looked kind of Ultramanish, and I was really worried it would be like Pit Fighter. But the graphics aren't bad. They're not like Street Fighter level, obviously,
right.
But they're pretty decent. And the music was good. And surprisingly and pleasantly surprisingly, the gameplay was really fun.
I did really enjoy the gameplay, especially playing against you.
Yeah.
It was very much a sense of urgency where you're both spamming the button.
It's like, get up. Yeah, no, the game was surprisingly a lot of fun. And I think the single-player mode was okay, but yeah, it definitely shined as the two-player mode where you're really trying to go after each other in the competitive style.
This is definitely a game that is a great example of how just a good game can make up for not great graphics or sound.
Yeah, and the graphics and sound were good. They weren't terrible,
but
they could have been better also. But they were totally adequate based with the gameplay. Like with the gameplay, you're like, this is fun enough. I don't care if it doesn't look Street Fighter level. It's just a fun damn game.
Right.
So happily 2 thumbs up for King of Monsters. Next up is Phalanx. Now this is another shoot 'em up, completed pretty much entirely by you. I did play it a little bit.
Did we beat this game?
I don't think we did. No, you did not beat the game.
This game was ridiculously difficult.
I like that right there, like the spinny shots. But in the end, the music was really low. It didn't stand out at all. And the graphics were okay.
There wasn't a ton of slowdown in this game that I think I was aware of.
Yeah.
At least not that I am aware of remembering it. But it threw so many dudes at you. Like, there were times where you would be standing there, and you're like, oh, this should end soon. And then it just keeps going. You're like, okay, surely it ends now. And then it just keeps sending the same dude. And then you're like, okay, what about now? And it just keeps going.
The levels were really, really long. I think the game looks good. The graphics are pretty okay. But the sound wasn't there. The game that was really long. It was pretty difficult. If I remember, your least favorite part was the part where like threw the walls up and then slid them at you.
I don't think any
You're such
game
a fan
should
of
have that. It should like stage hazards are fine and all, especially in a shmup. But like
not when they come flying at you.
Like floating platforms, whatever. Just walls. Moving and you have to make your way through it. Whatever. But a wall that just boop, boom. That just shouldn't. I feel like that should not be part of a shmup.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously difficult, overly so.
In the end, I voted thumbs down this.
I also gave this a thumbs down.
You gave this thumbs down.
We did try it on funny mode,
which is ridiculous.
Which it ups their enemy's health, ups their damage, I'm pretty sure, and just it becomes a
bucket
bullet
load,
hell.
Yeah.
Like more so than it already is.
I think really this one got thumbed down more because at this point we've hit a dearth of shmups. Right. And we've hit really good ones. And we've also had really bad ones. I don't think this one was really bad, but it wasn't good enough to make it into the good category. So 2 thumbs down for Phalanx. It does win an honorable mention of the weirdest box art thus far, which is the old guy playing the banjo and the dog laying on the bed. Made no sense, but whatever. Next up is Super Buster Brothers. You want to explain this one? I mean, it's not hard to explain. You see it right there.
You got a dude. You got to shoot balls. That's
the game.
That's it.
Yeah,
you get like 4 power-ups. One being a chain gun, one being 2 shots, the other one being like a burst gun, kind of like a shotgun, which is the best because you can spam that.
100% the best.
There is the clock, which freezes time, the hourglass, which slows things down.
I forgot how far you fly when you die. I mean, look, it's a real basic, like, almost Space Invaders type of thing. You're basically just shooting upwards, trying to keep the bad guys from hitting you. It's a very simplistic game. There is not a lot of depth to it. It's just, how many things to throw at you, how many variables do you get during gameplay. The graphics looked really nice. It was colorful. It was pretty. The animations on the little kid there, the sprite, were pretty good.
The backgrounds are actual, like, images.
Yeah, like digitized images. When you die, your dude flies across the screen like he done got hit by a truck, which is hilarious. Does he die here? It looks like a spot where he might die. No. Anyway, hey, look, he had Kirby's tomato. Music was okay. It was every stage had a couple different levels. So like here you're in the same stage, it's just day and night. So it had the same music, but every different country had different music. So that was nice. It is a time waster game. So it's kind of like Tetris, you just go in there to kill time, to play it. It's a great bathroom game. If you've got it on like a Game Boy, it would be. So I gave this a thumbs up because I like games like that. Sometimes it's just relaxing. It's a very relaxing style game.
I give this a thumbs down because I know of games like this that,
There's that
are specifically time wasters. Oh yeah, there's a shield. And I just don't like them.
You like Tetris?
I do like Tetris, and I don't know what the difference is in this, or how to explain what the difference is, but no, I just didn't like this.
That's fair. Not everybody can like everything. Fourth up is Super Batter Up. This is another baseball game. Sprite work's not the worst, but the problem is we've played Ken Griffey, it wasn't Ken Griffey. Roger Clemens MVP Baseball is currently our top-rated baseball game. Now, we did eventually figure out how to play this. It doesn't take much. Of course, you can never find a damn manual for a sports game.
I don't know why. There's so many.
Because they just weren't worth scanning, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Roger Clemens MVP Baseball had way better graphics. This one goes back to the overhead outfielding, which sucks.
It's terrible.
Because it's hard to get the ball where you want it to go. Your guys are slower than hell getting there. It does have really good ball control. I mean, if you push right,
throwing,
that ball goes right, man. And you can even bring it back, so you can throw a good curve ball, which is not usually something you're able to do in these games.
I will say, when you're throwing the ball between bases or from outfield to infield, you will not make it. Especially from outfield to infield, it will bounce on the ground.
For sure. Something else I noted is on hits where you got the double play, you throw it to second, you should then almost certainly be able to get it to first. And we never did. We couldn't make the double play in this for nothing, which is... Oh, thank you, doggo. Which is nonsense. Also, this one did add something I haven't seen in the other ones, which is if you hit the ball straight at somebody, you can hit them and stun them.
Yeah.
And so your guy's like, ugh! And then the ball hits the ground. But we didn't see the ball hit the ground the first time it happened, so I'm just standing there as you're running bases. I'm like, throw the fucking ball!
I don't think you get a choice on that either. It's just so that either it hits you or it doesn't sometimes.
The dog's killing me. Yeah, I mean, look, if what sells you on a game is actual Major League Baseball teams and names and players, this might do that for you. Because these are actual players. We were playing the Cubs versus the Cardinals from, I guess, 1991 or 1992.
It also has actual stadiums.
That's true. It had Busch Stadium, Wrigley Field, and I don't remember where Sky
The
Dome's
dome,
from.
yeah.
The retractable roof. So, I mean, there is that. Look, is it the worst baseball game we've ever played?
No.
Probably not. Is it the best? Nowhere near it. I gave it a thumbs down.
I also gave this a thumbs down.
Okay, sorry, Super Batter Up. No bueno for you. Baseball is canceled just like in real life. Last up is Skuljagger or Skuljagger. Revolt of the Westicans is a side-scrolling platformer that has what I will call limited controls. Look, I mean, you can look at it.
It does not look good.
It does not look good. The graphics are poor at best. Look, other than the dearth of color, this looks like something that was possibly designed for like the original NES. Like it's almost got just an oversized 8-bit feel to it, especially in like the animations. Like they're not smooth, they're not shaded particularly well.
They gave him an idle animation.
They did give him an idle.
We didn't
animation.
notice that until the very end when we were talking about it, but
look at that death scene. I didn't care for the graphical representation.
The graphics were not great for this game.
Graphics
unfortunately.
I'm not even gonna say not great. They were just bad. They weren't Pit Fighter bad. I don't think anything's ever gonna beat Pit Fighter on bad graphics, but this is bad. Sound wise, it was okay.
Yeah, sound wise, I think it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, the music was okay. The other sounds were fine.
It had different music each set of levels.
Yep, different music, which is kind of a big deal. There's the head pirate. Ah, that dude's cool looking. Yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, it was just solid in the sound and music department. Gameplay, I felt, was not great. Because it was basically move, jump, and swing your damn sword, and then blow bubbles, which were kind of weird. So for whatever reason, you have superpower bubblegum in this game. I don't understand why, and I don't really care to understand why, but whatever. So you collect these gems. You can see there we've got a red and a green gem. And for every set of gems you have, you can take one hit. So this is a one-hit kill game, essentially. You know, now that you've got gems, the first time it'll take away one color, and then the next time it'll take away another color, and then you're dead. I didn't care for that. The hitboxes in this one seemed a little wonky. The jump controls seemed a little wonky to me. I just didn't care for it. But you played it a lot.
I did. I personally enjoyed the game. I could see myself playing it for fun.
It grew on you.
Yes. It did have limited control. Like, it wasn't great, but it also wasn't terrible. And it was a bit difficult. But other than that, I did really enjoy the game. I don't know. There's not much else to say about it.
I mean, that's fair. I gave it a thumbs down. I didn't care for it.
I gave it a thumbs up because I could see myself playing this and, playing through the game.
I don't know about that, but whatever. Yeah, so Skuljagger, one up, one down. There you go.
I will say, the coolest box art and manual.
Yes, honorable mention on Phalanx for the weirdest box art. This one has some amazing box art, and the manual was 80 pages.
And it was a comic book.
74 of it was a comic book. That basically, if you read the stupid thing,
it tells you how to get into the secret levels.
Yeah, it tells you like where secrets are and how to get stuff. That's not just like instructions. So I mean, it's mostly like a pulp magazine comic, which is pretty awesome.
It does have instructions at the very end.
It does, like 2 pages. I would actually be tempted to like get a copy of the manual just to have. I couldn't find a scanned copy. I just found the one guy who had put it on Imager, so it's like a bazillion pictures because it's all of the pages their own image, which sucks. I would love to just quick download it. But I am tempted severely to go back and read it at some point, like especially now that we're all on lockdown. So
right. We have nothing to do.
So yeah, that's it. So 2 up for King of Monsters, 2 down for Phalanx, 1 up, 1 down Buster Brothers, both down Batter Up, 1 up, 1 down on Skuljagger. So that's it. That's our 5 games this week. Next week we're getting into things like Bart's Nightmare. What the hell was the other one? We just played one of them, didn't we?
just played Bart's Nightmare.
Super Double Dragon. Super Double Dragon, Bart's Nightmare, Hook, Strike Gunner STG, and TKO Boxing. So kind of excited to see a couple more of those games. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us on a quick recap here. Looking forward to the next set. Everybody have a good one.
See you guys.